It's that time of the month again, and we have two new Creation Club releases for Fallout 4. Both of these were teased last week in a bit of a preview that Bethesda posted on their community website, and they're definitely both kind of higher end things. A lot of times you'll see a few high end releases, then a bunch of smaller 50 to 100 point releases, but both of these are 600 points plus. And what we're going to be doing in this video is giving you kind of an inclusive review, just looking at the item itself and kind of saying if it's worth it or not, but then since we don't live in a bubble, also comparing it to some of the free alternatives. If you guys enjoy the content, you can leave a like or subscribe, but with that, we'll just jump into it. The first one we're going to look at is the Sentinel Control System Companion. It's going to go for 700 Creation Club credits or roughly $7 depending on which bundle you buy. This is effectively adding in a new follower, but with a bit of a twist. Now you're going to get a suit of power armor that you can hack and kind of make your follower, but of course it is power armor, so you can take any of the pieces of power armor you do have laying around and place it on this companion. It gives a bit more value to the power armor because this guy doesn't require fusion cores, but of course still has all the other benefits of power armor. And in addition, outside of that, it kind of just functions as a fairly typical no-brain companion. I say no-brain because there's no real dialogue with this thing. You kind of just give it the items you do have and you can carry them around and he'll say some lines every once in a while, but nothing really insightful. One thing you actually can do that got me kind of excited is change the personality on him to some of the different robots that do appear in Fallout 4. Messing around with this a bit, it didn't actually seem to change the way it interacted in combat as some mods actually do, but rather changing the personality on the Sentinel system actually just made it so he spoke in a different voice. Whether that be in the Assaultron, Mr. Handy, or you could actually set it so he doesn't talk at all. One thing I do want to really commend Bethesda for is they gave it a good backstory. There's a pretty cool quest that isn't super short, there's a decent length to it, and put simply, this technology was acquired by the Brotherhood of Steel, and some events occur so now you get your hands on it. Also, in addition to the just power armor itself, you actually do get an Outcast paint job. The Brotherhood Outcast, of course, appearing in some of the previous games. It looks pretty good. After getting this, you can actually just apply it to all of your different power armors as a paint job. And in addition, there's actually another one you can unlock by picking up a magazine as you do the quest to get the Sentinel Control System. That one's going to be just kind of a basic blue with a racing stripe down the middle. It's a super simple paint job, and honestly, it didn't wow me in any way. So all around, I actually feel like the story for this one was particularly interesting and cool. I definitely really enjoyed the quest associated with getting this power armor. It honestly is pretty cool to have this big suit of power armor run up with like a heavy weapon or whatever weapon he's using and take down a few enemies. It's kind of satisfying to watch, but you'll quickly realize that it's not really that different than any other companion in Fallout 4. Although interesting with this, it's not actually counted as a companion, so you can have your typical companion, whether it be Deacon or Dogmeat, and also use the Sentinel AI system. Obviously there's a ton of mods that will allow you to do this, but this one's actually just working in vanilla Fallout 4. There are a number of free mods that actually add in power armor AI. There's actually the power armor Autopilot, which is a pretty old mod. I literally covered it in episode 2 of Mods Weekly. This one's a little bit different. It actually allows you to just turn existing power armor frames into autopilots, and you actually have an airdrop delivery system associated with them, which is kind of cool. Then there's also Patriot, which allows you to place a little chip into some of your different power armor frames, as well as this one actually has a more lengthy quest associated with it. And at the end of the day, even though the one through Creation Club, the Sentinel AI system, does have way more polish on it, the interface is a bit nicer. It's really cool how there's an extended quest to get it and lore and backstory as to why it appears there. If you're just looking for a power armor companion to follow you around, download one of the free mods. This is definitely not worth the 700 Creation Club credits that they are asking, at least not to me. And in addition, as far as the paint jobs go, it's nice to see them included, but there are tons of paint jobs. You could get multiple free Outcast paint job mods right now if you wanted to. And if the racing stripe paint job doesn't exist just yet, someone will definitely make it because it is pretty basic. Alright, so the Sentinel Control System was a bit of a bust for me personally, but what about the NOIR Penthouse? This one's going to run you 600 Creation Club credits, or roughly $6, and it's going to add in a few things. First and foremost, the NOIR Penthouse itself. It looks like what a rich guy in like the 1960s would live in. It's pretty awesome. Definitely looks like it's taken directly out of Mad Men in a good way. And of course it is bringing you a totally new player home. But in addition, a lot of the things that actually constitute this player home, the workshop items that do build it up, are totally new and custom with this mini DLC. So all that different furniture you see placed around does look quite unique and quite fancy, and that is new furniture you get while downloading this. So you could use it at your other settlements, you could use it to maybe move a few things around in this existing settlement, and I really like the execution with this one. The penthouse in and of itself is really cool. It has an awesome location. You can actually look out the windows, which I love, and it has a cool kind of shade effect depending on where the sun is. But the 35 new workshop items this also adds in are things I could see people using in other settlements. They're definitely really high quality objects that can make up some pretty awesome settlements. I'm really hoping some of the people behind Sim Settlements pick some of these up for one of their next packs. But that's not all. There's actually going to be a new legendary outfit and a legendary weapon added in with this. The revolver is just a 44 revolver that will do more damage towards synths, but the outfit just screams drunken detective, and I love it. In the backstory, this apartment was owned by a detective, and to move on to that, the quest associated with getting this apartment is awesome. I remember in my original video when I looked at the sneak peek of all these items, I was like, it'll probably just be another basic quest as with many of these player homes, but no, I was totally wrong. More or less, this apartment was held by an Institute courser. In order for you to actually gain access to this, you're going to have to take down a few of his final targets in addition to hacking the Institute system to allow you to enter. That's a pretty big simplification of what the quest is. It definitely is a ton of fun though. I enjoyed the quest probably just as much as I actually enjoyed getting the apartment itself. The apartment will last a lot longer, but so often in these reviews of Creation Club items, I say I really wish there was a more kind of notable quest to go along with the item because it would make it more memorable. They hit the nail on the head this time, and the quest associated with this item is awesome. And one thing to note, in the description on this, it says new clothing outfits, as in plural, but I only ever found the one detective outfit. There may be another outfit floating around that I just don't know about, but comparing the NOIR Penthouse to the free options, it's actually a little bit ironic. The author of the NOIR Penthouse is Blood Meat 08, and the closest example for this is another mod by Blood Meat 08, that with the Cyber Light apartments. You can download the Cyber Light apartments right now, and more or less it's going to add in 2 new apartments, no real quests associated with them. They just cost 6,000 caps each. They're definitely on the high end, and they also do make great use of lighting, but I would actually say the Cyber Light apartments makes a worse use of lighting. I definitely like the aesthetic and just the ambiance of the NOIR Penthouse, but that is totally subjective. I'll actually have my full video on the Cyberlight apartments linked in the little eye in case you guys want to check that out, but I think the footage even in the background right now largely gives you a good kind of idea of how they play. Another pretty obvious difference is the NOIR Penthouse has way more of a focus on adding in a ton of new workshop items for you to use. The Cyberlight apartments do use custom assets, but they're not nearly as present and kind of widespread throughout the apartment. And to simplify things, I would actually say the NOIR Penthouse is better than the Cyberlight apartments. I'm not sure it's $6 better, but it's definitely better. If NOIR Penthouse goes on sale for like 50% off, I would definitely say buy it, but at the 600 credits, it's a definite maybe. If you really like it and you really think you're going to take advantage of everything, then yeah, give it a download. And that's pretty much it, the 2 new Creation Club releases for Fallout 4. Something I've been saying since day one of Creation Club is I want to see larger releases. I don't want to spend 200 credits on a forgettable weapon. I think the NOIR Penthouse in particular is a great example of Creation Club done right. It comes with a decent sized and very interesting quest. You get a new player home, you get a ton of new workshop items, as well as a new outfit. Now at 600 credits, it's a little bit steep, but at 400 or 500 credits, I would say this is a definite buy. The quality is absolutely there, and it's going to be something I see myself using in the future of Fallout 4. I'm not a huge fan of the Power Armor AI, but again, there's a lot of content there, and if the free alternatives weren't as presently available as they are right now, I would even think that could be a potential buy at a discount. Either way, so I'm just going to wrap it up for this one. As always, again, I thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you all next time. Later.